ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Checkwitz. This is the Kaged review, and this is my review for Wonder Woman. This was at a point where the DCEU needed a home run. They had to do something and make it just... And they really got their home run. Patty Jenkins directed this wonderful movie starring Gal Gadot as Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. You have Chris Pine playing Steve Trevor, who is an English British spy and becomes kind of a love interest for Diana Prince. You have Robin Wright as Antiope, and Connie Nielsen plays Hippolyta, which is Diana Prince's mother. You have Danny Houston, who I absolutely love as an actor. He plays a German soldier, Ludendorff. You have David Thewlis playing Sir Patrick, and I'm going to leave another character that he plays out until a little bit later. Lucy Davis plays Steve Trevor's secretary, Etta. You have three guys that go on a mission with Steve Trevor and Diana Prince. And we'll talk about all that in a second. But you have Syed Takamawi, who plays Samir, Ewan Bremner, who plays Charlie, Eugene Braverock, who plays the Chief. And lastly here we have Elena Anea, who plays Dr. Maru or Dr. Poison. So you start out with Diana Prince as a very young kid. She's in Themyscira, which is this place that is on an island, and it is separated from the rest of the world by Zeus. You're talking a lot about Greek mythology here. And so, somehow Steve Trevor and a boatload of German soldiers wind up on this island. Steve Trevor shows up first. He gets saved because he went down in the water, so Diana Prince pulls him out. She's like, hey, you're a man. He's like, yeah, don't I look like one? And right behind him are all these German soldiers. And so they come in, and there is this epic fight on Themyscira between these Amazonians, who are an all-female army, against these German soldiers. And so what you wind up having here is Antiope, the lady who trained Diana Prince, winds up getting shot. And so they bring in Steve Trevor and they question him, and he reveals that he's a British spy. It's during World War I, and he's trying to stop the Germans from making these chemical weapons. And so on the Amazonian side of it, they're thinking that this is the god of war, Ares. Keep in mind, Greek mythology. And so Ares, he was fighting Zeus. He was killing off the god. Zeus let off a huge strike. And so Ares had to retreat, but now he's coming back and trying to take over the world. And so Hippolyta was very hesitant to have Diana Prince start training and fighting, because the stronger she gets, the sooner Ares is going to find her. Eventually, she relented, though, and so you see kind of the training of Diana Prince. And so now she wants to go take on Ares. And so she goes to what is our world with Steve Trevor. And it's kind of funny because you have Steve Trevor in Themyscira, and he's seeing all these crazy things, and there's no men, and he's completely out of his element. And then you now have Diana Prince going to our world, and again, completely out of her element. Amazonians, the women are warriors. She comes to our world, especially back in World War I times, women are oppressed, and they're completely 180 degrees of what the Amazonians are. And so she's definitely a fish out of water in that respect. And they played that up quite a bit. There was actually quite a bit of the first half of the movie where, they're trying to figure out how to get to Ares, but also her getting accustomed to our world. And there were a lot of funny things that happened to that. I loved that this movie was self-aware, and, there were things that they just knew, she's not going to understand these. It's like having a little kid. And so it was very cool in that way. But when the action picked up, it really picked up. Like I said, the beach scene on Themyscira where the German soldiers stormed the beach, that fight was absolutely amazing. But then they take Wonder Woman to the front line where the fighting is the heaviest, and there are people that are crying out to her, and they need help, and they've been pinned down. And so she decides to literally stand up out of the ditch. Of course, everybody else is freaking out. They don't understand her abilities. And she's taking all this fire from the Germans so that the rest of the British army can get over there and take the Germans out. And so that was an amazing scene too. Great scene there where they've got like a machine gun or a Gatling gun or something, and she's got a shield in front of her and her shin brace locked together, and she's taking all the fire from everybody. It was so cool. Really, really well done. And so Sir Patrick, who's played by David Thewlis, he is this guy who is like an old, injured British general, or something high like that. And he allowed Steve Trevor and Diana Prince to make this trip to go try and stop Ludendorff from these chemical weapons. Well, it turns out Patrick is actually Ares. So Ludendorff is this guy. He's been working with Dr. Poison, trying to get this chemical weapon off and running. That plan gets thwarted. Diana Prince thinks that Ludendorff is Ares, and so she winds up killing him. And then people are fighting still, and she's like, I killed Ares, why are people still fighting? And then there was this great scene where Steve Trevor and Diana Prince are having this conversation about how man really is and how we're flawed, and maybe that's just how some people are. Some people want to help, some people just want to watch the world burn. And it was a really great conversation between those two. It was honestly a highlight of the movie. The chemistry between Chris Pine and Gal Gadot was very, very good. Really had some great scenes there. But then you get the big reveal about who Ares actually is. And then you come into the third act, which is, big CGI fest fight scene, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind stuff like that. And for a superhero movie, with people with these ridiculous powers, you gotta have that, or it doesn't sell. You want to be able to believe that these people are incredibly powerful. So the CGI comes in. And I actually really loved when Sir Patrick became Ares, when he got the armor on and the helmet. I'm a big fan of Ares in the comics, actually. So it was fun, dude. I really like the way he looks. The art direction for Ares always has been great, in my opinion. And it was here, too. And they really made him look good. So, of course, Wonder Woman winds up killing Ares. But that's because Steve Trevor, who is now her love interest, decides he's going to sacrifice himself by blowing up all these weapons. He gets in a plane, and he has to take them over water, blow it up, and then it goes in the water. And so she sees the plane blow up with him in it, supposedly, and then she just, obliterates everything. All the German soldiers, takes out Ares. Really, really cool scene, I thought. But I think the highlight of this movie was the heart of it. And I'll be honest, I went into this kind of afraid that they were going to make like a women's lib movie that just went to like women's superiority, because you've had that in too many movies lately where it doesn't balance out. And what I really loved about this movie is that there was balance. It really was about equality. And that's a big thing. Like, if we're talking equality, you got to make it equal. And that was one of the great things about the relationship between Chris Pine and Gal Gadot and their characters, was that the strong parts of each other helped the other one out, and they both lifted each other up. And I thought that was a very cool thing to do throughout the movie. Chris Pine wasn't this weak guy. He had his own strengths, and he had his own ideals that he brought to the table. And so both of these two really did help each other, and I thought it was great. Overall, just an absolutely fantastic movie. I thought Patty Jenkins really knocked this one out of the park, and I'm so glad she's doing the second one. So I have to give this a 9 out of 10. It was just damn good all the way through. It had humor in it, some amazing action, and a lot of heart. So You wanted a movie to do good for the DCEU, this did it. You wanted a movie you could just go in and enjoy, this is it. So ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm at. 9 out of 10. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you enjoyed this. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation, out.